and different various of women that follow her, and tell them not to take like pretty much life serious and go out there become like Shukiana, become like Sexy Red. Don't worry about settling down and try to get married or try to get a family or whatever the case may be. Do you? I think it's a dangerous thing. So I want to hear Hakeem take on it, because then I have some form of idea. Okay, different, and of course you'll take as well, Jordan. On okay, can I really understand the situations that are transpiring right now? Because it seems like it's out of control. Go ahead, Hakeem.
No, 100%, brother. And this is kind of something that I thought about, but over the years I've seen, especially since we got red pill now, and red pill has taken over. There's a lot of blame do get put on to the women, especially black women. They're the reasons why a lot of the boys is going to jail. They're the reason why the marriages is we're not being married. And then you got to really take a step back in hindsight and look at it. Are they really to blame, or it's a multifaceted situation or multi-layered? Like, or are we to blame as well? A lot of people don't want to have that conversation and say the truth. We're going to deflect on anything. So everything works in hand. And how can we blame one group of gender and ethnicity for something that has a lot of hands involved? And that's the stuff we want to talk about. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And listen, it even goes to say black women are single mothers. They pick bad. They do this, blah, blah, blah. Black women this, black women that. You got to really think like, yo, who's creating these talking points? And then the person who's pointing the fingers, are you qualified to speak on black women business? There's a lot of stuff I can't speak on women business. You feel me? Because I'm not a woman. You know what I mean? I don't have a period. I don't know what it's like to be attacked. You know what I mean? I don't know what it's like to be undermined, to be questioned about their intelligence, or even to have aggression towards them. So this is something we want to talk. And you know what I mean? You ladies can comment and say, do you think there's an agenda to shot the credibility of black women in America or in the diaspora?
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Hakeem, if you get a chance, we would love to hear if send a link if Just Jay or Sugar Bun wants to come in and just send a chat because we will even though what we gonna say, we will or we would love to hear from women, what's their opinion about this topic as well. For me, it's yeah, this is hard, but this is what I think. I think especially here, in 2023, I don't think, the problem is I don't think women put women accountable like that. I think it's a really, really big sisterhood, and people, women. I think black women just say what you feel, and that's it. And I feel like when women don't do no wrong, as in where Gorilla said what she said, we didn't. You see it went viral, but you don't see no black woman hold her accountable and say, hey, maybe so black women do want to get married in their 20s. Maybe black women don't want to be toxic. And just party around and just be free and do what you want to do. You know. I just think that like I said, when a women say wrong things, I don't think women hold them accountable. As black men, we want to, but when we say something, there's a problem. Go ahead, King, you're on mute.
Yeah, you muted. I
I
can't.
said, let me ask you a question. I want to play devil's advocate. How about we say what we say when the women ask us why we don't hold black men accountable, and we say we do, but we do it behind closed doors? Are black women holding other women accountable behind closed door without trying to make a public spectacle of making other women look bad? I want to know, is that the thing? Because they're always pressuring us. We know we have a locker room talk. You feel
Hmm.
me? Because rule one is always say never make your brother look bad or embarrassed in public. Is women doing that behind closed doors?
And the thing about it, Hakeem, not just like your brother, it's your sister, your mother. With family, you're not supposed to, talk about your family in public. You must, talk about that in private. You know, and I believe that's the same thing. When we put men accountable or we put women accountable. But I feel like you see these spaces, men like to put women on blast, and women doesn't like that being, talk to like that in a public space.
Mm-hmm.
Because they feel like they feel embarrassed, and no woman like to be feel some type of embarrassment. Period. That's facts. And I just feel like with the solutions, like when we hold each other accountable, man to man, women to women, or men to women, or women to man, if you want to hold somebody accountable, just take it to the side and talk it out. Other races do that. Why we can't do that?
Good. I can play the video one more time for the people that's coming in so they can see like what you're talking about. Hey, Jordan, your camera went off, I think. Or it's probably me. You can hear me though. Y'all can hear me, right? Because I don't know.
Yeah, perfectly.
I was saying play the video one more time for the people that's walking in so they can see what Gorilla said. Pretty much that's trending pretty much right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it got a lot of men in the uproar, except the women.
So look, Ash A say they do hold women accountable.
I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I can't. But after the video, now I'm going.
Yeah.
On you. When I'm gonna call my twin, and I just want to let y'all know, be toxic for the rest of your 20s. You only get one life. Live your toxic 20s. You never get to be 20 years old, 21, 22, 23, 24, none of that ever again in your life. Be toxic, because don't get in your 30s thinking you could just go slashing tires and doing all this crazy shit. You too old for that now. You too mature. Be toxic for the rest of your 20s. And if you delusional, turn this shit up a notch. Enjoy the rest of your 20s. You only get to do this shit one time. Hey,
Liberated Soul, you see that? Liberated Soul, you see that? But look, look at Lord Spot. That was it. So like right now, if we probably read the comments, if we go over there, look at Sugar Bomb. Facts. That was,
GLO.
trouble. This generation is in trouble. No, but okay. Here's the aspect. We know that men literally hold black women accountable. You can see even in this space. Just Jay can tell you, Motivated Bitch can tell you, Sugar Bomb can tell you. There's man right now on a panel talking about black women right now.
Yep.
Black women is, black women is that. One guy he trying. It's just funny. One guy he literally making up a whole story. But it's just funny right now. But that's what they do. They try to find a way to hold women accountable. You have Kevin Samuels, Tommy Sotomayor, Angry Man. The list goes on and on and on and on. Now, do other black women hold black women accountable? I'm being honest. Have I seen it? I only see it among my family members, but I never seen it outside unless it's YouTube. But then sometimes it's hard for me to believe YouTube because the simple fact is, at the end of the day, it's entertainment. So I don't really know on the back end unless the women like Ash A, like she said it, she do, like we do. But it's just that men don't see it because, prime example, look what Gorilla just said. But if you go in the comments, they saying the same thing. Sugar Bomb is saying like, "Go Gorilla, you're right. Let's do it. Let's be more city girls out here than someone that's actually able to be wives." You get what I'm saying? So that's the issue. But go ahead.
Just Jay just asked the question.
What does holding someone accountable mean?
Mm-hmm.
Holding someone accountable is pretty much telling them that, like a job, like you're doing this wrong, correct it. If you don't correct it, we have to let you go or find somewhere else to go. Pretty much in that aspect. I don't know. Of course, I want to hear how I came.
So for me, holding somebody accountable is checking that person, but I'm doing it behind closed doors though. The conversation I have with somebody, if I'm gonna hold you accountable, I'm not gonna do it in public because I know the last thing you want to do is to ever embarrass your brother or your sister. And you know what I mean, holding them accountable would be like if somebody did something I thought that was kind of tasteless, I'm gonna call you, be like, hey, yo, take that down. Listen, I'll give you an example. And if that case, then that happens all the time. Okay. There was something I had posted on on my Facebook one time. You feel me? I don't think it's impactful to what he said. I don't think it's impactful to embarrass folks in the name of accountability. I 100% agree with you. So there was something that I had posted on my Facebook one time. It was a picture of the picture of Malcolm X with the laser eyes. Now, mind you, I thought it was harmless, but my Muslim brother, my Muslim brother, called me up and said, "Hey, that's not right. Take it down." I didn't question. I just took it down. Some people have to be willing to willing to be checked, but my brother didn't do it in the comments. He didn't make a video reply. He just called me and was like, "Hey," but we have that type of relationship. And I'm willing to be honest, to be like, they'd be like, "Hey, that stuff you put on there too." Even to the point, and let's be honest about it. And I'm gonna pass this on. Um, a lot of our earlier videos could have been considered misogynistic. We didn't think that. But people was telling us this behind closed doors. Some of people was talking to us, "Hey, that sounds a bit misogynistic. That sounds a bit very egotistical." We took a lot of people's thoughts about it. They was holding us accountable. They didn't verbally bash us in public, which were able to help us grow as men to understand, hey, the women who listens to us, he said the women who listens to us are talking to us and telling us, "Sugar bum, you off the chain. F that, I'm wearing all the short dresses and see-through tops before the summer is over." Ain't
See,
nobody.
that's the issue because you can't get upset if you go on South Beach wearing something like that, and then a guy call you a hoe, a slut, a B because of the simple fact of what you're wearing. I know, even though it's not what that by them doing that is not right. I'm not saying it's right. It's not right at all. Because who are you to tell a woman she's a is a hoe, a B, or someone that's useless because of the simple fact of what she's wearing? But society has programmed men to be that way. Go ahead, Jordan.
You're muted.
Jordan, you muted.
No, it's not Garfield, just Jay.
Oh, my bad. No, yeah, when Sugar Boy says something like that, I don't think you as a hoe or anything. I just look at you as a toy, toy to play with. As in, as all men kind of do when they see something sexy like that. She just like, oh, she look fun. She look real fun.
Mm-hmm.
More of just, I don't know if I could take her seriously or anything. She don't have to be a hoe or anything to wear something like that. But a man would just look at us like, oh, I might have some fun with that. And majority of men would think about that. And and it's cool if a woman want to wear what you want to wear, that's fine. But if you in like in a relationship with somebody, or you in a like a certain setting where you taking that to, for instance, let's say you wear that to like a restaurant, like a Noble or Prime 12, something like that. If you go in there, the restaurant go hold you accountable and say, "Hey, we cannot do that. We don't expect that here. If you can go and change and dress formal. If you're gonna wear that, we're not going to let you in. That's the kind of some of the not holding your somebody else accountable, but making sure you set the standard as well. But secondly, for me, and as me and my wife, there's a standard that we have for ourselves, or we have in a marriage as well. If I feel like I'm dropping the ball, or she feel like she's jumping the ball, we'll hold us we'll hold each other accountable. It wouldn't be like an argument. It would just be a simple 2 or 3 minute talk. We make sure we listen to communicate with each other, and and because, like I said, you're seeing that, even though that person is seeing what that person is doing, you are probably like on the back end and say, "Hey, I don't know, she don't usually do something like that, I'll talk to her later about it, and just make sure check her about it, just hold her accountable, or your man's accountable as well." So, but yeah, and another thing, if I say something that's a little bit vulgar for Chaos Culture Radio, I would feel like Hakeem and Ronnie has to check me and put me accountable if I do something wrong. If I say something wrong on the show, something like that. I they probably feel the same way if Ronnie says something, or Hakeem says something. I feel like That's something that we're not doing because we all know we want to Chaos Culture Radio. Maybe I'll put Ronnie or Hakeem accountable for something and say, hey, I don't think that was right or was cool or anything. So it's just, and the thing is, if it's, and the person that hold you accountable, you want to feel you want to feel that that person holding you accountable that you can trust. And I feel like a lot of women really don't trust men to put them accountable like that. But they will trust more women than men to hold them accountable as well.
No, but I think it's easier for men to hold each other accountable because we're not that emotional. Now there are emotional men. Don't get me wrong. There are emotional men. I want to clear that. But at the same time, like we know psychologically, we're gonna be like, okay, you could come to me, Jordan, like, hey, Ronnie, the way you doing things on the podcast, you need to change this way. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna analyze it, and I'm gonna do whatever you're telling me to do. But in the woman case, because women are pretty much naturally emotional, they're gonna tend to take things the wrong way. Like, prime example, let's say if Gorilla was on this panel and we play that video and say, Gorilla, what you doing is wrong. You pretty much hurting the community. She will cuss us out. She will cuss us. So, and and that's the issue, especially in our community. It seems like me and a friend of mine, we always talk about the aspect of how like our community, it seems like we like dysfunction and also toxicity. Like we like it. So, and I think that's one of the issues that we always face within this community and the black community, that we love, like the toxicity and the dysfunction. That's why things pretty much, that's why we never progress, because of some of the aspect of we don't know how to take on accountability and we don't know how to do it the right way. But however, when it comes to the sake of a job, that's why I use the concept of the job. When a job hold them accountable, they make sure to change it right then and there. Go ahead, Hiking.
You on mute again?
Yeah, no, I don't know. You say I don't care, y'all, and I know that. But I want to address what Ash said. Sometimes accountability might feel like an attempt to control somebody, and that could be something true. And I think that and no one wants to be controlled. Lots of accountability and control in jail. Yeah, I say this. Accountability have to be both ways, but there have to be a healthy conversation without the pointing of fingers, and have solution based type conversations. Okay, there's this issue that's going on in our community. Okay, what can we do to solve it? Instead of saying you don't want to listen, you against patriarchy. You know what I mean? You only want to date simps and pookies and ray rays. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? A lot of people are going to say these type of things and be like, oh, but if we start saying, okay, you want to know something? We have a lot of our women here who got issues. We got issues as well. What can we do? Let's all go to therapy together to try to correct that. Let's start a dating for women who to get them the proper husbands. You know what I mean? In that situation.
I want to ask you guys a question. Do you think in this generation have black men completely lost control of the black woman? Like, when I mean control, I mean the whole aspect of respect, love, cherish, all of that. You think that's pretty much gone? And not only that, and I have another question as well. It's a two-part question. Do you think we will ever get that back? Go ahead.
Do you want to answer that, or you want me to go?
Go ahead, King. I got to think about it a little bit.
We never controlled them in the beginning. They've always been our partners. The difference is they've always allowed us to lead in certain situations. There's a king and a queen. We always play our positions in both. We handle some areas, they handle another. I think there's a big disconnect between men and women right now due to layers and layers of situation, economy, wage gap, gender, sexuality issues. There's so many conversations that we're scared to have. We can't get back to that. There's still a lot of people who have figured it out. Some people mix in patriarchy with matriarchy. You know what I mean? And a lot of men don't want to hear this conversation. Sometimes your girl might be controlling one aspect of the relationship. You control one aspect of the relationship. It's a mixture of both. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we might have to take the back seat She takes the front seat, you take the back seat, she takes the front seat. There can't be one rule no more. And the thing about it is, we have to look at the difference between 2023 from 2010, from 2000 to 1995 to 1980. We're different now. We've evolved in so many different ways. And I think that insecurity and image plays a big part on why relationship dynamics gets misconstrued.
For me, I think it's just in 2023, our we don't know how to communicate. We especially in our community, we do not know how to communicate. If especially for men, if we kind of disagree when a woman says something, either will usually you just should be chill about. I feel like a lot of men, they get like emotional about it, and then and they respond to that with emotions. And I feel like that's one of really we probably have it with some of our men who reacts with emotion. But my thing is, if you have a father in your life, or you had to be coaches or anything like that, that's not that's not how you're supposed to respond to a woman. A woman should never get you to get you like any type of emotion at all, unless she disrespect your family, mother, or something like that. When the disrespect gets too far, to the extreme. But I just feel like our communications is just poor, and I just feel like with a man, we need to really know how to communicate to our woman, and not to respond with emotion. Just respond to as you are a man. And if I feel like if we can get the communication right, we'll be okay. I think we'll definitely be okay. But I just think our communication is poor, especially in our community. It's very poor.
He asked a good question, Hakeem. I think you should answer that one. Jordan, y'all should answer that one. I'm gonna listen. What?
No, that is a great. Hey, Lord Spike Protein, you always drop that is a very good question. I think you want to know something. And I've heard this a lot, and I think this maybe because I had a conversation with a woman one time say, you don't understand what we got to go through to have these kids. And she told me it's above your pay grade for you to even fathom the idea, what I have to go through my body and change it. So I think the control thing comes to the point where since she had to endure to have it, she felt like I can make all the decisions of this. Because at the end of the day, the way the society portrays it, she's going to have the baby regardless you hear or not. She's going to have to take care of the baby regardless you hear or not. You can always pick up and leave. That's what they've been telling them. And the examples are not good online. When you see majority of women, the imagery of all the women with the kids are by themselves. And the talking point, I'm a single mom. I'm a single mom. I'm mommy and daddy. I'm taking care of this. I'm taking care of that. So we trying to understand, okay, how did it get to this point? Why do you feel like you that? Or why did it come to the point where if she is dealing with a man and he is involved, she is in more control in that? The way the media and society portrays it, the baby is your problem, women, not the man. So she took that responsibility on herself to say that if I'm going to be stuck with this all alone, I'm going to set the terms.
Jordan, did you see the question? How can you can highlight it again?
Put a question up again.
I don't think Jordan saw the question.
I had to go to the bathroom. He said, "Why are all mother, regardless of race, always wants to control men and children?" Feminism. Feminism. Boy, I think I'm just really with you. It's feminism, and I'm not talking about the first wave or second wave. I'm talking about these third and fourth ways of feminism, because the first and second wave, women, they have their rights and anything, but they always knew, the man was the leader, was in charge. Now we're in 2023 as the third and fourth way, and you go fifth way for feminism. They just feel like, men are some things, some women think men are useless. I don't need a man. A man can't do nothing for me, Sex wise, I can give me a toy. Money wise, I can make my own money. So if I'm doing all this, why do I need a man for? Why do I need a man for if I can do this for myself? And the thing is, it's like, I was never raised like that in my family. I always think, like I said, men and women on this earth, we need each other. We work together as a unit, then we are separate. So that's my thing about that.
Hakeem, Judge J, I know you're gonna respond to Lord Spike, but I think Judge J asked a question. And
Okay.
I guess kind of quickly time in now when it comes to the aspect of why do women always want control, because I kind of agree with Jordan, and I also agree with Hakeem in the aspect of society already, especially in the United States, already kind of coached the women on pretty much taking full control of the whole responsibility instead of the man. Now, when it comes to different races, I can't speak for all races because I don't really know what goes down in the white community and the Asian community and other different sections of the community. I only know what goes down in the black community, and the only thing I'm aware of and what I hear and what I see is pretty much most of the time, like Hakeem said, they say they're doing on their own. They're raising the kids by themselves. The men don't want to take full responsibility, so they kind of use that for their own, pretty much ego. It's like I'm the one taking full control. But you know, like always, I would say if it was a woman on the panel, it would have been easier for her to give us a different aspect or a different take on it as well. But go ahead, Keith.
So everybody asks a great question, and I want to touch on what I never feel disrespected. I see truth and wrong, and not just the truth. So children are acting two grown adults trying to control other behavior. Now I want to touch on this because Lord's Lord Spike Protein, you have a point. We all have our God given right in patriarchy. Also, too, the welfare thing, and don't get me wrong, and I want to say, because you mentioned that the indoctrination of welfare and all of these things to that. So I think when we look at that, because we got to look at it as a multi-layer situation. Why is welfare was implemented in the 1960s and 80s for? For what reason they implemented that to address a situation that came.
Section 8 as well. I just want to add that too.
Section 8, was the economy bad? Was men are not making enough money, which made women so codependent on it because there wasn't enough men out here making enough money. Now, I'm not saying that this, we all know the population of men and women are outnumbered. So there's certain things that even me, I question why women get on assistance, which some of them do need it. Some of them do need, and then we're gonna have to. It's so, and I want to try this so it won't be a blanket general statement. We're gonna have to address it individual by individual. There's people who I know or people who I'm acquainted with who had kids with somebody that was in a relationship. They just got up and left and say, I ain't doing nothing no more. Now that's that situation, which forced the woman to get on welfare depending on whatever her economic situation is. Then you have men who pay and might not be the nicest person. He's paying money, but probably was an asshole, and the woman feel like, I don't need you to be around. So there's so many different situations to it where we have to look at it. Okay, why is it like that? Why is the indoctrination of welfare and more people are codependent where they feel like I could just remove the man from it? And we have to see it from a case by case situation. I don't want a blanket statement over women, and I don't want a blanket statement over men. You got some messed up men out here. You got some good men out here. But we take 1, 2, 3 issues and blanket it for everybody.
And the thing is, Hakeem, do you remember the video that we showed? I can't remember what episode it was. And I sent it to you guys. It was some from TikTok. It was from the 1980s. How there was 4 or 5 black women, very independent, tell that I don't need a man in our life. And you just look at from 1980 to right now in the 2020s. You can see it's one. I said one of the layers is a generational thing. Very, very generational thing, because you got some of these our black women till teens are like in the middle school or high school. If you ask them questions, say, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? They said, I don't want to be anything. I want the government to take care of me. I want to be on Section 8. I just want to do that. And the thing is, it's like you see there's a a problem right there because it's the programs are wrong. It's set up, you should lead on towards lead on Section 8 on welfare or anything. You should lean on finding a mate, a man or a woman, whatever, you in the United States of America, man or woman, trans, whatever, and you work to build on relationship and build on something onto that. Maybe it's a long relationship for marriage, and if you like to say, if you're in a marriage, man or woman, you should focus on, saving money, building your legacy and buying house, hold on to the house and make sure together you can invest into a business or invest into get into crypto or stocks and bonds or whatever, and you want to build that so if you have kids you can pass on to your kids and on. You guys can build like a family legacy on that. And but here we just so in the United States of America we so free to choose to do anything we want to do, and having an option of not doing that, but to lean onto the government to get us money. And you can see that's a generational thing. That's one. I think that's a problem right there. And I just feel like with that, as long as you have send if you send governments, if the government send women money, because generally when the government send women money, usually men don't get money from the government like that. We keep sending that, and women likes money. How can we break that? How can we break that cycle and start, say, after government, let's start, dating, let's start building marriages, let's start, build a family unit, let's start building a legacy. For that solution, I have no idea. I don't know if you guys have a solution on
But
that.
I might kind of disagree with me. I think the whole aspect of the welfare was pretty much created because man didn't want to take out the responsibility of taking care of the kids. A lot of men, I don't know if I ever had time reading the Moynihan report. The Moynihan report is pretty much was a study done showing that black men didn't want to be at home. So a lot of black women were suffering during the time of the 60s, 50s, and also the 70s. Even though of course there was some higher marriage rate, however, there was some cases where the man just left. They had a child down the street. That was the song of Temptation came was Papa was a Rolling Stone because the simple aspect of man was out here being like pretty much like Sugar Mo would say teeter or tether, whatever they would say, or him just going out there tricking other women but not taking the full responsibility. So the government had to step in because if not, a lot of kids would have been in the street during the 70s. So yeah, had to step in to help. And not only that, but let's keep it 110%. Majority of the time, it was white women that was on welfare than actually black women. Black women had a hard time getting welfare. Even to this day, a lot of black women are not on Section 8. Some black women are living in shelters. Some black women living with family members. They're not getting the help they need it. I think it's a lot that's been taught. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Brother, you spoke so eloquently and you hit it right on the head. I want to say something because Lord Spike Protein, you said something earlier about how your mother hid you in the closet, and that hurts my heart to hear that. And me told your mother to leave, and I wanted to comment on that. A lot of this stuff is above my pay grade. I grew up in a house with a mother and a father. So there's certain nuances about single motherhood I don't understand. There's certain nuances about dead fatherhood I can't speak on. Now, what I can speak on is things that I've seen. That particular situation does mimic some things that I've probably seen, but there's other things that I have seen. I have seen a mother and father who lives in the projects and she's able to get Section 8. The baby daddy's still around. He tell her, go ahead. I don't got the money. He still lives at the crib. Whenever the social worker come around, he'll get up, they'll pack the stuff in the closet, and he'll be missing for a day or two. We've seen that all the time. And I'm just saying that's one nuances of that. But then there's other things that we're trying to say that we need to be careful. And that's what somebody told me. Somebody told me to be careful about weaponizing certain conversations against demographics of people or genders. And I see in the spaces and what we're not going to be co-contributors to is weaponizing Black women pain, trauma, or experience when we have no explanation on it. We can talk about the nuances of it. We can address certain things that involve Black men, but we also should look at it from a multi-layered situation and not direct it to one specific thing. Just as the same way where you have a blanket statement, they say Black men are deadbeat dads. We've debunked that already. We've debunked that. We've debunked that already. We know there's certain guys in the neighborhood who are like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to say that all Black women, I'm not going to say that all Black women are the reason why we have single motherhood. That's impossible to say that. Or that all women in general. That's impossible. And I'm just saying, because as easy it is to weaponize deadbeat Black dads, it's easy to weaponize Black single mothers. Go ahead.
But the thing about that is, Hakeem, weaponizing our black, weaponizing Black trauma can make you a billionaire. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say his name, but you know what I'm talking about.
Ooh, Jesus.
You can and you can monetize by Black people's trauma, and that's the problem. I think that's the one of the problem right there is with money. You know, if you have drama but you put money into it, we'll take it. And to me, that's bad money right there. You know what people know what good money and bad money is, and if you weaponize a Black people's trauma by giving you money, you know you doing a disservice with you're doing a disservice or your community. You are doing a disservice to your community, and if you keep doing that, and my thing is, if you do it and you didn't make a mistake, okay, cool. But if you keep doing it and doing it and doing it because of the money, because of the greed, you know, you're doing it as a service to your community. That's all I'm gonna say right there.
But if man not stepping up, then I'm not gonna lie, Gorilla does have a point. Women should be out here doing what they gotta do. Let them go out there, let them trick. Want to marry them, or man don't want to settle down with them, because you know some people have different concepts when it comes to marriage. Because some people say they don't want to deal with the courts. They'll be like, at the end of the day, you still my woman. I'm still your man. We stay together. No worry, ain't gonna be no other woman. Some people do things like that way. That's cool too. But at the same time, if man not really want to take up that responsibility, hell, let her enjoy her 20. Let her go out there do what she gotta do, and then when she hit 30, she decide if she want to settle down or not. That's cool with it.
Lord Spike Protein, he said something that's real powerful that we need. Thank you, my Mexican brother. And I love the Mexicans. I want to say that. I love the Mexicans. I love y'all so much.
Oh yeah, I love it. AKCD.
Not only that, a lot of Haitians immigrants are in Mexico, which a lot of people don't know, in Suarez and other places, and the Mexicans have been very helpful to us. So I love that. I love you, my brother. I just wanted to state that. You know what I mean? Because I had a family member that came through Mexico, and you know what I mean, and he was telling his experience. So I want to say this statement. You know what I mean? Because the Mexican brothers was helping the Zoes when America was whipping us with the whip. So so I'm Mexican. It's a blanket statement. We moved into a prior Section 8 community and we built it. Any race can do it. Free money will demoralize anyone. I'm not going to disagree with you, brother. I'm not. But Lord Spike Protein, let's understand something. You're an immigrant like me, because I'm Haitian. There's certain nuances to us being immigrants that American people, and we're going to say just American, that American born, no matter what it is, that is a little bit different. That we to their certain mindset. Because here's the thing. No, you didn't grow up like that, Jess. And because there's a point that I want, because he said something that's true. Most people who core in certain communities build it up and get out of that. Because you know what I'm saying? It's not like I didn't have family members who lived in Section 8. Yeah, we stayed. I got tons of family who stayed in the projects and went and moved out. But one thing I noticed is this: I think it's the mindset and the certain conditions of people that puts us in. My family grew up in a country where you barely had something to eat certain days. So they come here with a different hunger. Now, mind you, the people who are born and raised here have a different mindset compared to somebody from another country.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, Hakeem. If you would play some sexy red or Sukiyana in other countries, let's say the Middle East, you can't play that in the Middle East. They're gonna ban that. If you play that in Southeast Asians anywhere, they're not gonna play some sexy red or all that type of stuff.
No.
So here in America, we're free to do anything we want to do, and we don't care what nobody else thinks. Like what Sugar Bump said. I'm a woman. I can do anything I want to. If I'm free to say what I want to say, I'm gonna say what I want to say.
You shouldn't
say right now, Jay, I'm not staying for in pretty much 2 rooms.
That's very stereotypical. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a, and not only that, but a lot of other cultures blame America. To be honest with you,
yeah.
Russia, you go to China, you go to Japan, they blame the United States because the simple fact is how they're allowing women to get away with certain things that their country won't do. So women going over there thinking, okay, it's time for women over here to be liberated as well, and they ain't liking America. That's why they want to pretty much cut ties with America because of the simple fact of what we're doing over here. Go ahead.
We're allowed certain freedoms and certain privileges here that other people don't have. You can't drive in Saudi Arabia. You can't even go nowhere without a man present. So I could understand that, and that's their countries. Our women here have a certain privilege to still be women and to be liberated, which which they have fought for. And we have to understand their flight, but try to work with them to work with us to understand that, baby girl, I know you're doing your thing, but I'm not feeling that. And sometimes we just gonna have to let them do them and just deal with the women who wants to come over here. The main complaint women have is us speaking on their business. And it seems like it's an attack. We need to learn, and this is a message for a lot of YouTubers, don't speak on something you do not have experience on. If she wants to wear short skirts and look the way she wants to look, that's none of our business. We're not trying to marry her, but we can't discredit her in public. And listen here, Sugar Bum does have a point. If we go back with Sugar Bum have a point, and if we go back with reproductive rights, the body rights, your body's your choice, the way you dress is your choice, and it's my choice to respect that and to go the other way. And that's what we need to, but I'm learning now, and we all need to learn not to try to weaponize these talking points.
That's true.
I'm first generation American. I told my father didn't serve. My father didn't serve 2 armies, Mexican and U.S., for you to freeload on my tax dollars. He is 26-year-old with a PhD in STEM. It's possible, brother. Listen. I'm gonna listen. He's not lying. Listen.
Yeah, he'll pay real.
Yeah, he's telling. Listen. I have a family member, which Ronnie know personally. I'm not going to mention the person name. She is a CEO of a hospital. She is a CEO of a hospital. We could listen. Her grandmother's my aunt. So, Lord Protein, you're telling the truth. But the problem is, you listening? Listen. The problem is, and Protein, I want you to get with me because we understand something a little bit different. We come from immigrant families. I'm first generation American too. The flight of the people here, we just don't understand it because we're not here. What they and listen, I'm not trying to use that as an excuse. It's just facts. The reason why it's harder for them here is their fly. And thank you for listening, my brother. Damn it. I wanted to try to say it in a way where it can understand. Our flight is a little bit different. I feel blessed every day to be in this country, and I feel blessed that. And to tell you this, Lord Protein, my parents come from a third world country, but the community that gets hated on the most accepted me and brought me in. And sometimes I have to take a step back and look at them and say, hey, I can't be pointing fingers when I'm looking what's going on, not understanding what their situation is. Because my parents from another country, I'm taught a little bit different. You feel me? I don't know what they had some shit going on here before I got here, but now I'm here. I'm talking to the women. I'm dating the women. I'm involved. My best friend is Black American. And they're telling me to understand. A lot of people pass judgment on us, not understanding the flight of what's going on. So my job is to try to understand the flight of what's going on, and try to base it on an individual and not a group effort. Because a lot of these people have done marvelous things that gets overlooked. A lot of Black lawyers, a lot of Black doctors. You know what I mean? Your dad becoming a PhD is a testament of the Mexican people of what you can do with opportunities.
Shout out to Christopher J. He's in the chat. Appreciate you, Christopher, for swinging by. Sugar, I'm not gonna lie, the Latino community is actually pretty soon they're gonna outgrow the Blacks community. I'm just being honest. They already gentrified over, especially when it comes to the aspect of Miami, New York, LA. I could go.
In LA, they're about 50% of the population here.
50% of the population.
They're close. I mean, it's like 48, 49, but they're 50% of the population here in LA.
And not only that, but y'all need to do research, because what Biden was doing, he dealt a lot of the immigrants, certain immigrants, he shut them back. If Hakeem or Jordan already know which immigrants they are, but some of them he kept, and the one he kept was Spanish, a lot of Spanish people.
And I heard they were sending them to Chicago. Correct. That's what I heard.
Yep. So O Block, go ahead.
Lord Protein, I'm not Nigerian. I'm Haitian. My family come from the island of Haiti. My brother served in the army. My other brother is still currently in the Navy. He's a recruiter. He's a recruiter in Washington, D.C. My nephew is going to the Air Force. My brother's wife is Black American. She served in an army. I have family members that are Cubans. My mother, just to tell you what she said, the country have given us so much. She advised all of us to go serve this country, and that's what all my older brothers have done. And listen, with the exception of my sister, majority of my family members have married Hispanic and Black Americans due to our close proximity to them. I grew up in a Black American neighborhood. That's why both of my older brothers are married to Black American women. My little sister have kids with Black American, and we have Cubans in our family. Go ahead.
No, I want to tell Sugar Bone. If you can look it up in the CDC, it stated the Spanish population is up about 40%, as the Black population still stay at 13%. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing: when it comes to the Latino population, we know sometimes they can misconstrue and have whites missing there, so sometimes can be misconstrued. But according to the CDC, they are 40%.
And the thing is, some Mexicans that look like Mexicans, some Mexicans that could be pale as a white person.
Yeah,
especially here in Los Angeles and also in Miami as well.
Listen, Mexico is a multi-race culture, just like any other place. There's different shades of Mexicans: white, light brown, dark brown. They have many different cultures, mestizos. But I love that we're having this conversation, Because to say that my brother's Mexican, I'm Haitian, my sister's Black American, we all one people. We just have different nuances. But really, we ain't really that different. We all get hungry. We all want to feed and take care of our kids. Why can't we just do it together? But we can't talk bad about each other. We can't put other races down. That's the biggest issue we have here. Trying to exude supremacy over one another. No, it's not a conversation about Mexicans. It's a conversation. It just got into that. It's a conversation about why we put blame on reason why Black women gets blamed because of the nuances of the media and how we talk bad about people in general. And we just need to stay away from that and stay away from just all of that and try to understand one another.
No, but see, the thing is, that was how I like Sugar because Sugar always come. Sugar and Judge J always come with that.
Yeah.
She, like Black men are trying to put Black women into submission. Black women submit anyway.
Yeah.
They submit to a certain type of group of men. They
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
They gonna submit that thug nigga. I don't know why. What's the mishap?
And the thing is about it, Ronnie, sometimes they be submitting, they don't even know it.
Yep.
So like that was it. I realized people on YouTube just talk because when you see it in real life, I see it in real life where there's literally don't care if they man got multiple baby mamas, and the guy staying in the house. So it's like, and mind you, Hakeem, they actually submit to that guy. Like they get
100%.
Cars, credit.
And it usually how it starts.
Go
If a woman starts calling you more, do you call your? If a woman starts calling the man more than the man calls the woman? Because what I mean by that is because woman. Because if a man really digs a woman, he's gonna calling the man, checks up on you, checks on you. If you good, you out with the boys, or you at work, sends you a text. That's right there. If a woman does that consistently, you already submitted to the man right there. You just don't know.
Women discriminate for JJ to men that's worthless, and then the man that's doing something like the hardworking man don't get respected, and that's the issue we have in our community. That's why a lot of Black men become red pill. They become a red pill or become, like what they say, black pill or whatever, rage, whatever. Because the simple fact is they say, man, I'm out here, I'm working hard, but yet this girl don't respect me. But then the dude down the street is getting all the JJ, getting all the women, and it's like, and the respect and the submission is like, what? I'm just keeping it in 100. Go ahead, Hakeem.
No, definitely. Liberated so a girl or a guy?
No, he's a Black guy.
Okay, yeah. And you see, listen, look at this. He said, look at this. He said, just to let you know, I love y'all. And my brother, Lord Protein, said, one of my superintendent at the job was a Black American. We have been brothers for 15 years. Facts.
Sugar Bomb, we right here. You looking at us right here, hardworking good man. You see us right here.
Right here.
You see we on here consistently. You see you come up. You see we on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays consistently. That means we're hardworking. We right here.
Stop the cap. You know what I'm saying?
and Sugar Bum, Just Jay, all the women, just know I love y'all.
I love y'all as well.
Just know I love y'all. And listen, I want y'all to hold me accountable too. Because you want to know why? I'm a man and I'm for y'all. And I want to protect and make sure you okay. Especially you, Sugar Bum. You need to be covered.
She said on Itch. Hey, what's going on? Itch, what's happening?
Whoa!
It's good to see Ish back.
Exactly. Making
Ish.
Working hard means working hard in general. It don't even have to be the aspect of money. It's working hard in his field, working hard in his dream, working hard in his family, or trying to create a family, working hard when it comes to building a relationship. Like there is Black men out there that's doing those things, but they don't get respected within the community because of Pookie, the Ray Rays, the Offset, the Quavos, the rappers, the gangsters. Those are the ones that getting praised. While that man is being in the back burner and not getting no praise or no honor at all.
I was gonna say put Safari in that name too. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Facts. Go ahead.
Ish, I want to answer that question. What we mean in general by working hard is not only making money, ish, is working well with you, understanding you mentally, making you feel comfortable in your body, in your skin, knowing that your time is an investment, knowing that my time is an investment, us going to therapy together. That's what we mean by working hard. You know what I mean? We want us to get back on the same page.
And then they get mad, but then they get mad if they see a. Then they get mad when the guy see a woman like Gorilla and say, "Man, I don't want that woman. That woman
Yeah,
trash." They get mad at that. They're like, "What you mean? I mean, you hate black women?" No,
yeah,
it's like that group of women right there. You're
that's
not a,
it.
It's a specific type of black woman. It's not all black women.
Not all. Ski, ski. When you see me here in
Yeah.
the club, ski.
And we ain't gonna lie. Like I said, back in the day, 10, 12 years before I met my wife, I used to like women like that. I ain't gonna lie. I used to like
Oh,
women like that. Now, 31, 30, 32, 33, I'll be like, oh Lord, please, come on.
and
I,
sugar,
I hate where the word going to.
and that's the thing. There's women that don't care, and that's why you cannot get mad if those men go outside their race and say, "Oh, why he want a white woman? Why he want to?"
ooh,
You get what I'm saying? Because y'all don't care anyway. So
yeah.
what's the point? Why do you care if I date somebody outside the race?
Love. Look what Christopher J say. Why would a man look to get a submission from a subgroup of women who don't want to submit to him? The best is to get back to find the one woman while you can find and keep that one man. Facts. Facts. Um, Ish. Ish said that makes sense, but there's a lot of that from the either side from my observation.
Oh Lord, Spike Protein, congratulations. 33
Congratulations. Yo,
years,
let's
man.
get let's get a little spike protein. 33 years in marriage. So
That's a long time, brother.
that's a long time, man. That's a beautiful year. But you want to know something? Ish. To him being 30, we have to find the people that align with us. The thing we have to do, what if there's a subgroup of men that you don't like in the culture, don't talk to them. I don't talk to a bunch of subgroup of women who don't align with me. I'm looking for people who wants to intellectually stimulate and do this, and you have to do that. You know what I'm trying to say? And when we talking about on either side, we talking about particular people. Is not the basis of it. Because if you go to certain places, there's people that aligns with what you're looking for, ish. You just gotta go hard for it, like you go after your degree.
True.
Whoa.
What happened?
He said
He tried to hit y'all with
Hakeem.
the haymaker.
He said Hakeem and Ronnie not even married. So
I know.
whoa.
I told you I could date my marriage, but yeah, I.
Ski.
Because sugar, I'm the guy that's gonna spit on you. You get what I'm saying? So you you would have still.
Oh wow.
Real. Yeah, Ken Dog, that's right. Tell them to make sure to like the video and make
Like
sure
the
you subscribe. We on our way to 1K, so y'all make sure you subscribe. Cause we got a lot of Clyde watchers. They come, they don't subscribe. I'm like, hit the subscribe button. And not that, don't be afraid to donate. You see the QR code by
you're
Hakeem
cool.
Head. He set it up. Good job, Hakeem. Now you can just use your phone.
Use the QR code. But look what Sugar said. They don't want to be married either, but y'all condemn women. We don't condemn women.
Them women, I said,
I don't know what she's talking about.
I don't. I said, let them be whores. You get
You,
what
oh,
I'm
you see what she said, Sugar? You hear what she said, Ronnie? She said she'll spit right back at you. Uh-oh.
That's Sugar. That's very kinky.
saying? She ain't gonna do it. Sugar ain't gonna do
Yeah,
it.
that's kinky.
Kinky.
That's kinky
Kinky,
words
that's
right
very,
there.
that's very.
Disgusting. Know what I'm saying? Women like that, they disgust me. That's why you do what you gotta do with them.
Oh, you say, Princess, you got a good grasp of it, but you have to stay strong to fight. Most definitely, Lord Protein. I am. Listen, I love, you know, due to the privilege of me being here to be able to learn and study and being around different people, I soak in a lot to try to understand what's going on so I can bring back that so I can bring that back. And this is what we're doing here. You know what I mean? We're trying to get people together so we can have these conversations to spark some light in it so we can better understand each other. It said, I agree, Hakeem. I never take the stance that I am the prize. I see a lot that's going on, and I just want to know what makes the prize exactly. Facts. Facts is facts. You want to know something? I take that stance too. And I want to comment on this, going to be a two-part. I want to comment what Sugar has said. She said, we're not even married. Sugar, you want to know, and I don't think I'm the prize. The reason why I'm not married is, and I want to try to be the best version of myself for the person who I'm going to get with. I want to be able to provide. I want to be able to be mentally there. I want to be able that I can support the person who I'm with. I want to be able that I can big the person. And I also want to get myself emotionally ready. I'm in therapy. So I can be the perfect man for the woman. And a lot of men need to understand what's getting yourself together.
You see what I'm saying? Then they get mad why man become what we are today. Why we have multiple women and start tricking and shit. Because of the simple fact, like people like Sugar, we making excuses. When you literally telling her you in therapy, you trying to work on it.
You know what? This y'all just need to surprise her to say, "Hey, I'm getting married out of nowhere," and see what she gonna say.
Married, you get what I'm saying? Ain't married. There's a lot of women. There's a lot of black women that ain't married. They out here got multiple dudes and multiple baby. Like let's keep it a buck here. I would say they always try to push marriage. I'd be like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, chill, because at the end of the day, y'all doing y'all thing, but you want us to marry you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. I would say our community is really fucked up.
and great, and we have to learn from other cultures on how to be better men, how to have better relationships. We can't do it all by ourselves. You feel me?
Black beauty, black people should be in therapy.
100%.
100%.
She said, "Sugar got to get married before me." I'm sure all the base girl do. No, for real.
Huh.
Sugar, when you get married, I'm gonna preside over your wedding in a nice full.
Have you $1,000
to traditional.
I will send her an ace of spades if she not just get married, if she gets proposed to and she said yes.
No,
I will send you an ace of spades to you.
You gotta show me the ring, and I will cash up $1,000.
Shoot, I'll send her ace of spades. Because when I like to hear people get engaged in anything, I send them some shop of champagne or whatever, or something like that. But for Sugar, ace of spades is on me.
Because I know she ain't gonna get married. Black men don't want to marry no city girl, man.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, they do. Black men do want to marry. If they can't marry black man and black woman, they maybe go to another race. If a black man wants to get married, he's going to get married. Either he's in the same race as a black woman or not. He's going to find a way to get married.
Hey, Sugar, I don't want you to make a blanket statement. You say, why are black men? You can't talk about all black men because 80% still do get married. You know what I mean? Let's not weaponize that, Sugar. Love wins. Oh, you say, FYI, I'm trying to still understand why black people of the world are used and provoked to anger, especially women. Please understand my comment. No, that's a very good question, Lord Protein. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. You good?
Yeah. Hakeem told that lie. I didn't tell no lie. You want to know some, Lord Protein? I think that you want to know some. It's a propaganda piece. And it's the same way they use Mexicans as a propaganda piece when they were spewing nothing but lies about y'all. Murderers, rapists, Y'all come here, y'all take all the jobs, which all is a lie. You feel me? They use different cultures as propaganda piece to get a narrative across. And if we don't understand why is they doing that, it's all about control. They're easily to be able to provoke us in a sense due to the conditions of people here, due to the condition of any person who is of a meager situation. When, you know, who do they talk about the most in a negative fashion? Why do they use that as headlines? Okay, all the immigrants come here to take all the jobs. You talking about lifting watermelons, cleaning toilets?
Man,
You know,
shout out to Don, man. Shout out to Don
shout
GQ.
out to Don.
Whoa, man.
You, you, you see what I'm saying? It's the same way where they say that be scared of somebody with a hoodie coming down the street. That's not always true. Don't get me wrong. You have certain nuances where you got to watch yourself, but not every black person's with a hoodie with a blick on them. There's and also understand something of this, which you can understand this because we're immigrants. Poverty begets crime. No matter where you go. No matter where you go. If there's poverty in the city of America, best believe there's crime. If there's poverty in the country, best believe there's crime. So the media will use that to weaponize people's condition and say, hey, all black men rob. They all robbers. They all robbers. Oh, listen to this. Here's my favorite one. The Mexicans got the good dope. They work with the cartels. When we know 90% of Mexicans we know go to work every day and come home. They don't know nothing about no drugs.
They'll work not just 8 hours, they'll work 16 hours a day if they have to. They'll work 2 jobs.
2 jobs. Oh, here's another favorite one.
And for cheap labor.
Cheap labor. Here's another one. All black women are single mothers. They're all having kids out of wedlock. When you start to look at the nuances, if we break it, go down to each black woman we meet, a lot of these people was married. Some of their husbands died. Some of their husbands are in prison. Whatever situation is, it's all a propaganda piece. Understand, we can't always listen to what the media tells us and what they say. They don't know what's in real life. Some of these people, we say, look, who controls the narrative? Who controls the narrative in the bigger picture?
Good question. That's a good question. Who's controlling the narrative?
Listen, there's men and women in this chat who we do not know. Who we do not know, who are professors, who have PhDs, who are nurses, who are accountants, who are this. But I can make a blanket statement that says, all y'all might be on Section 8. That's how easy it is. Sugar Bum, she's from DC. She probably grew up in the projects of DC. I could just easily say that.
Yeah, you just pictured the narrative. Fact.
I just pitched the narrative. Who's trying to get us to believe? Just fill in the blanks. Do you agree that the media is controlled by the government in order to push evil agendas? 100%. The media is the reason we're in this mess right now.
Yeah, like the news, like even
Facts.
like that anymore, because the news pretty much control about pretty much whatever's trending or whatever's hot. They're not really gonna give you the news like they're supposed to.
Shout out Don Q. Don't hold your tongue. Just hear me out. Go ahead, brothers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like what Ronnie was saying, usually like you or CNN or Fox, they got their own agendas that they pursue. It goes, to television. As you can see, a lot of people, they don't listen to news more. They come to spaces like here on YouTube to listen to people that's independent, have their own independent thoughts, and they just go from there. And to me, you'll see a whole lot of that change will come soon. That's just me.
So yeah, guys, you already know we're about to get ready. What's your final thoughts? Go ahead. Final thoughts, Hakeem, on this show today, on this lovely show today.
I just want to say I love everybody. I love my black woman, and I say I'm a stand with y'all. I'm gonna stand with y'all. I'm not gonna disrespect y'all. If there's something I don't like, we're gonna talk behind private. But I'll never make you look like a fool in public. And I'm gonna stand with everybody, and we're not gonna disrespect or belittle anybody. We're gonna try to work this out. You know what I mean? Maybe cook some food and squeeze some juice and drink. That's my take.
Yeah, either we agree or disagree. Me, I'm all about my, about the black community. That's all I'm all about, and how we can find a solution. We can fix this, and that's all. That's what we're here with Chaos Coach Radio. That's what we're about. That's my final take on it.
Yeah, I already know Lord Spike. That's why I gotta support the show. You gotta support the show, and then we'll be able to do long hours working on it.
Yeah.
On doing long hours, but at the end of the day, some of us gotta work overnight.
Overnight.
Me and Jordan, we work overnight.
2 jobs.
2 jobs. I can't got 2 jobs, and we still try to go and give you guys good content. Now we gotta support the show. Y'all support the show that we were able to quit our job and give y'all content.
Facts.
So, I always say the QR code is on the top above Hakeem's head. You guys should use your phone, go to picture, use your phone, and you can send a donation if you got free soul and like. And that's why it's so very important to like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like, shout out to Lord Spike, shout out to Ish. Welcome back, Ish, on Black Beauty, Motivated Vision. Barry White. Shout out to Barry White, man. She quiet. She's in the clouds. She's in the clouds. So shout out to Barry White. She know we care. We love her. I love Barry White. Shout out to Just Hear Me Out. Shout out to Christopher J. Shout out to Don. Man, y'all go subscribe to Don. Don got some serious content, especially when it comes to YouTube. Y'all need to shout out to him. Shout out to Lotus. Shout out to Sugar Bum. Shout out to Ask A. Kendall. Shout out to Jabari. He be watching us on the playback. Shout out to Liberated Soul. Just Jay. Shout out to you. I did say Just Hear Me Out, right? Shout out to Just Hear Me Out.
Shout out to Just Hear Me Out.
Shout out to I just came by, but he left. He want to go start.
Lord Spike Protein. Shout outs to him.
Yeah, no. I say protein. Oh, shout out to Muhammad. Muhammad was here.
Muhammad, salute Muhammad. That's the family. Ish. Shout outs to you, Queen. Stay natural. You look beautiful just the way you are. Ish, stay natural. You look beautiful. Just listen. I know you're gonna get married soon. I'm gonna have the traditional African dashiki on. You know what I mean? With the big fez going to the side.
Shout out to Sugar Bum and the Sugar Bum. I love your pushback. I got love for you. I don't. You know me. We from that other side of the space. So I got love for you always. And all that. Shout out to the top division as well. Mm-hmm. And guys, make sure you go to KL Culture Radio Community tab. In the Community tab, there's a KL Culture Radio T-shirt. Hakeem is working on the hats, so we will have the hats
soon.
Prince Hakeem New Book, Black Love. Come over here, support the platform. Remember, the QR code is on the top above Hakeem's head. Support the platform. We really do greatly appreciate it. And make sure you subscribe because we're on our way to 1K subscribers. With your guys' help, we will reach that goal. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. We'll talk to you guys later. We over.